Lonzo Ball ZO2, the Chino Hills prodigy. Listen, I ain't gonna play no games with the people right now. Lonzo Ball, man, he's just posted a picture with him training with trainer Chris Johnson. If you unfamiliar with this man, Chris Johnson, he is a mental fitness coach. He's a CEO. He's a founder. He has worked with some of definitely the greats, LeBron James. I mean, he worked with obviously Bryce. I mean, so many top-notch athletes. He works also alongside with Dwayne Wade. I'm gonna factor in why all of these things are very much important, as I evaluate what this man Chris Johnson is all about. The more and more I dive into what he's about, I'm just happy that Lonzo has found, this situation because it's more than just what goes on to the floor. Lonzo Ball been trying to get onto the floor for over 2 years now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. We all know we've just seen nothing but great positive energy and vibes coming from Lonzo, coming from Triple B's, coming from everything involving what's happening with Zoe. Even the stuff coming out of the Bulls, you've seen so much great positivity and optimism, all throughout the season. Billy has said this, Billy has said that. But like I said, Lonzo has done what he had to do to get on the floor. Now it's all about sustainability. I think with Lonzo Ball connecting with a guy like Chris Johnson, is pretty much, is gonna unlock his game. The quote of this post that they put out was "Feel the fear," and it definitely tagged Zoe in it. Lonzo posted it on his stories as well. He's definitely saluting him. They had an unbelievable workout today, and this happened in Los Angeles, California. This is where Lonzo Ball has been pretty much getting himself reacclimated. But back to what I was discussing, where it's more than what goes on to the floor. Like I said, this man is a mental fitness coach, ladies and gentlemen. So as I'm listening to the things and evaluating all of his content, this man has traveled the world with Dwayne Wade. He's got an unbelievable connection with if I'm not mistaken, the Way of Wade. So they've traveled to China. So he's worked with athletes all around, international and everywhere, alongside D Wade. And his academies and everything. The Way of Wade Basketball Academy. Pardon me. So with Lonzo is going to be mental as well. It's similar. Obviously, it's not an ACL. And you see, Derrick Rose is one of the most notable people who brought up the mental side of the injury. Because it's obviously once you get there physically, now you got to think about mentally. And with him getting this mental fitness coach, it already tells me that Lonzo was already taking. He's 2 steps ahead. He's not only doing what he needs to do to get on the floor, but when he get on the floor, he's looking to unleash. You understand? Not coming on the floor playing timid, because that's what a lot of people is going to be expecting Lonzo to be. I'm telling you right now, Lonzo going to hit the floor like he ain't left. And I think that's what's going to shock a lot of people. Obviously, when he's on the floor, I do believe it will be some sort of minutes restriction early, but I think he'll work his way out of it. But when he is on that floor, you're going to get 110% Alonzo. That's what I'm looking. I'm expecting him to put on everything that he can do. We know the kind of player that he was becoming. He was definitely exhibiting that he could hit that 3-point jumper. And in today's NBA, that 3-pointer is just doesn't make. It's so important. It makes no sense. And Lonzo already showing that he can do that at an elite level with the guys that he has on the floor. Who knows what the Bulls may do? And even if he's not on the Bulls, but I do believe Lonzo coming back is going to galvanize this basketball team, and it's going to put everybody in a situation to say, hey, man, if we all healthy, we could do something special. I think that's what has held the Bulls together this long, because they've been on treadmill for some time now. But the notion and the thought that if we had Lonzo, where could we be? And I think that thought it kept everything in place to where they haven't thrown in the towel on everybody, because this version of the Bulls, come on, it's like a broken record or a slow repeat, and we've seen it, and it's time for something different. But they haven't had an opportunity to put the guy they've had in place who put them at the top, who made sure when you thought of Lonzo Ball, when you thought of the Bulls, you thought of elite play. You understand? When you thought of the Bulls, you thought of MVP DeMar. When you thought of the Bulls, you thought of a rising superstar in Zach LaVine, a double-double 20 and 10 machine in Vucevic. Young players coming off the floor. You had Caruso. Once Lonzo left, it's just left everything in disarray. And everybody knows that, and everybody can attest to it. But at the end of the day, Lonzo's got to do what Lonzo's got to do, and I believe that's what he's been doing. He is going to do whatever it takes to be on the floor. So just hang in there, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming along. Make sure you hit the like button, and most definitely hit the subscribe button. You already know it's Flight Sports. It's a spectacular situation here when it comes to Lonzo, man. It's been unfortunate that he's been out this long. I mean, I don't think anybody could have envisioned something like this, but when he does come back, I do believe that he's going to, like I said, not take this for granted, because it almost looked like it was like one setback after another. He took one step forward and took 10 steps back, not in terms of the reports, what I'm saying? And I mean, of course I exaggerated that, but it seemed like every time he got ahead, something set him back. And it seems like he's got the right situation and the right surgery this time around. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all works itself out. But nonetheless, man, just like I said, working with Chris Johnson, this is big. He's worked with all of the greats, man. That's all I can tell you. I just to list out all of the people he's worked with, I would need to make another video, and all the things and the ventures that he's done. But more that I'm excited about is the mental side, the way that he's going to be able to motivate Lonzo Ball. And these are the things that he's going to be able to take with him as he returns to Chicago. And like I said, these things are priceless. You can't teach this kind of stuff that he's going to be able to bring back with him. And I'm telling you, it won't be long. The Bulls will be back. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. You already know what it is. Peace and love. Shout out to all the Lonzo Ball fans around the world. ZO2 will be back.